The Arctic, breathtaking in its stark beauty. In recent years, multiple studies have confirmed that the Arctic ice pack is diminishing. The sea ice provides polar bears and other animals with a terrain on which to hunt, mate, and raise their young. Concerned by this shrinking habitat, U.S. authorities recently listed the polar bear as a threatened species under the Endangered Species Act. Because of its nomadic lifestyle, much remains unknown about this majestic animal. In the harsh Arctic environment, scientists can conduct population surveys only by air, an expensive and technically challenging process.
And it can only be done every sort of 11 to 12 years. And at the rate the population is changing, this just isn't enough.
With the help of local Inuit trackers, Canadian biologists are looking for a less expensive, yet more relevant means of measuring the polar bear population.
The Inuit people who live and work with the polar bear and have done for generations are able to identify animals from their footprints, or at least they do this on a routine basis. Now, the difficulty is in knowing how objective and repeatable their diagnoses are and how standard they are from one observer to another.
One idea under investigation is a footprinting technique developed by WildTrack, a wildlife monitoring organization. This technology has successfully helped scientists monitor black rhinos in Zimbabwe and Cameroon, Sumatran rhinos in Borneo, Bengal tigers, tapirs in Central and South America, and the Iberian lynx in Spain and Portugal.
The local trackers that we were working with to try and help locate the rhinos were able to identify the rhinos from their footprints. And they could give us a lot of information about the animal, sometimes even the age, the gender, where it was going, what it was doing.
The idea was to capture what was in the mind's eye of a tracker and convert that into numbers and graphics, basically.
Using JUMP software developed by SAS, WildTrack can create the geometric profile of a polar bear's foot, which will help differentiate each animal in the population, much like a human fingerprint.
So we use it for that, for creating the geometric profile, but also for doing all the statistical analysis. So it's a central part of the software of this will be JUMP, and FIT, which is a footprint identification technique, where we do use our analytical methods using JUMP. That will be an integral part of this tool that we at the moment call the WildTracker.
Now, WildTrack hopes to duplicate their success on the African savanna in a completely different environment, the Arctic ice.
Tracks in the snow are pretty clear as long as they're fresh and the animal is walking along at a normal pace. The clarity of the track is something that's determined by many different factors. The freshness of the track, the gait of the bear, the climate, the temperature conditions, the snow depth, the visibility, all these things combine to decide whether a track is clear or not.
The details provided by these prints are essential in understanding population trends among polar bears and other endangered species. And as this tool is developed, it may become an invaluable resource for establishing an effective conservation policy for the polar bear.
It's okay, everybody agrees that climate change really is happening, but the extent to which it's happening and the impacts are still matters for debate. And I think by quantifying at least the polar bear population or the decline in the polar bear population, that adds a sort of little piece to the jigsaw of objective data which can't be argued against.